What has been the biggest struggle you had to overcome in your relationship? Want me to answer this one or you want to answer?
You can answer it.
I don't think we've ever talked about this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, it's actually not going to be pregnancy related. Can I get a round of applause for that, please? We figured we've been posting a lot of pregnancy related videos and you guys love it. Like, I don't really get any complaints, but I know not everybody wants to see that like for every single video. So we're gonna switch it up today and Mel and I are gonna be doing a Q&A, and I purposely tried to pick as many questions as I could that weren't pregnancy related. So yeah guys, I put on my Instagram story for you guys to ask us some questions, and I told you guys to ask us anything, and I was reading through the questions before I turned on the camera and some of them are pretty juicy. And for those of you who are new here, hello, welcome. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you guys hit that button. Also turn on your post notifications so you never miss out, and also be sure to give us a big thumbs up because that will really help us out. And it's getting pretty late in the day and Mel and I haven't had dinner yet, so I thought I would cook us something to eat while we film. So I guess it's kind of like a mukbang, but you know, usually mukbangs are like a ton of food. This is just gonna be a nice sit down dinner for Mel and I, and we're just gonna go through you guys' questions. So on the menu tonight, we are gonna be making this apricot ginger chicken from HelloFresh. You guys already know Mel and I are a huge fan of HelloFresh. We've been working with them for such a long time now. So if you guys have never heard of HelloFresh, this is basically what it is. It is America's #1 meal kit. They send you these handy dandy little meal kits straight to your door, and I'm telling you, it makes making dinner the easiest thing in the world. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't be bothered at this point in my pregnancy to go to the grocery store and meal plan and do all that jazz. HelloFresh really does save you so much time and cuts out a lot of the stress that comes with preparing meals. And they really do have something for everybody. They have vegetarian meals, low-calorie meals, family-friendly meals. And I don't know about you guys, but I swear at the end of the week, we throw out so much food, especially produce. It just irks me how much we end up wasting and how much food we forget that's like in our fridge and in our pantry. So that's another thing I love about HelloFresh, is how sustainable it is. It really does help you just not waste any food. Everything is pre-portioned out. You have exactly what you need, so you're not wasting any food, which is always a plus. So enough with me talking. I know Mel and I are super hungry, and I've been defrosting the chicken and I think it is ready to go, so we can get started. And also, before we get to cooking, do we see my new backsplash? How cute does my backsplash look? I've been obsessed. I swear, I like come in the kitchen just to like look at my backsplash. Fire. I don't know if you guys remember, but this used to be just white. Like, there was no stone here. So yeah guys, I've been adulting, you know, doing some home renovations. But that's like the best thing about being a homeowner, is you can really like customize your house. So I've been having so much fun with this home improvement stuff. But anyways, let's get to cooking. So I'm just gonna fast forward through the cooking process, but you guys, this meal was so incredibly easy to make. So here I am making the sides. Like for the rice and the green beans, it does have you cook it on the stovetop and in the oven, but since I have a rice cooker and an air fryer, I just decided to use those instead. HelloFresh is also super flexible. You can easily change your delivery dates or skip a week if you need to, or change your food preferences. Some weeks Mel and I like to do vegetarian just so we can try some vegetarian meals, but they do make it really simple on the website. It also really helps you get more creative in the kitchen. I don't know about you guys, but I swear I'll make the same thing, like the same variation of the same thing over and over again. So I love that it has these new recipes that I would never think to try. Like, I would have never thought to put apricot jam on chicken. But if you guys want to try out HelloFresh for yourselves, you guys can go to HelloFresh.com and use my code Nazanin Kavari 10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping. Link down below. How good does this look? This is apricot ginger chicken.
Looks very yummy.
It's with ginger and apricot jam. Guys didn't know Mel loves jams.
Just recently.
He has gone into jams recently.
That's fire.
Fire? Okay. So Mel and I, what'd you say?
That's a good sauce.
I haven't even tried the sauce yet, honestly. Let me get a bite before we get into the questions. And guys, this isn't a mukbang, so I don't want to see no comments like we can't see the food. Okay, so hopping into the questions, they're pretty juicy. You nervous?
No.
I love at the beginning I said that I feel like I've done too many videos about my pregnancy, and the first question is about the pregnancy. So obviously, we're gonna answer a few questions about the pregnancy because it is pretty relevant to our lives right now. Has your pregnancy impacted your relationship? You answer.
No, I think it's just brought us closer, honestly. We started to pay like a lot more attention to each other in a way. I just feel like overall our love has just gotten stronger. Our bond has just gotten closer.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if anything, the way it affected us was made us closer. How do you tackle arguments and prevent them from getting out of control? Ooh.
Are you just asking me?
That is true. I just like look at you to answer.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Because I feel like I always take over and I never let you talk.
Well, I mean, we argue, but we bicker more than anything. Like our arguments are kind of few and far between, but we just get into like little bickerments back and forth because we're both stubborn. So, you know, two stubborn people, it's like I want my side to be right, she wants her side to be right. So we kind of go back and forth until one of us is finally like, oh, okay, you're right. And then, you know, it's just that.
But one thing that was hard for me to accept at first was when Mel gets really angry, he likes to walk away. And I wouldn't like that. Yeah,
I have to leave. I have to take myself like away from the situation and, you know, allow myself to breathe and think. And then sometimes, like, she knows the way I am. Once I walk away, I come back and then I want to talk about it, because that whole time that I walked away, I was kind of going over my thoughts and finding a way to say the right things without blurting out things I really don't mean in like the heat of the situation. So I'd rather take myself away from it, allow me to gather my thoughts, and then come back and we can talk, you know, like adults.
Yeah.
Instead of yelling at each other.
And something for me, just in the household that I grew up in, I mean, Middle Eastern households, we just like to raise our voice and yell. Like that is definitely one of the biggest flaws I feel like I had in our relationship, is when we fight, I just like to scream and yell and hit below the belt. And I think I've gotten a lot better at that. Next question, best marriage advice, and also, do you guys regret not having a traditional wedding? Best marriage advice that I could give to anybody is just to respect your partner. I feel like respect is the most important thing. Obviously love too. Yeah. But
and communication and all that stuff. But really, like, respecting your partner. Respect falls under all of that. Like, I respect Naz enough to communicate with her before I do certain things. I respect Naz enough to be loyal, you know, and like respect is really the root of everything. And if you don't have respect for your partner, then it's hard to do a lot in a marriage, because that's what it comes down to.
Also, on the topic of not having a traditional wedding, if you guys didn't know, Mel and I had a very, you know, not traditional wedding. We got married in the courthouse, and then we just had a party with our family back home. But I do not regret that at all. I'm so happy we didn't have a wedding.
In hindsight, if we would have had a more elaborate wedding, we wouldn't be living in this house right now, because a lot of that money that went into this house and the down payment for the home, we would have used on the wedding. Yeah. And we wouldn't have been able to be living here right now. And, you know, that's just the honest truth. So
at the end of the day, a wedding is for your guests.
Yeah, it's a great, it's great for
fun,
memories.
It's memories. But
you're really doing it for your guests. I mean, we still felt like we were like hitting the peak of our love, or, you know, the whole feeling of being married. We still felt that inside of a courthouse. Like, it wasn't like the feeling was minimized because we didn't have the big celebration. And we were just telling Jay Cook about this, like, literally last night. He asked us.
I love the fact that we didn't have to wait. We wanted to get married and we just did it. Yeah. You know, some people stay engaged. I mean, no judgment here, but some people stay engaged for like 2-3 years. Like, we were ready to just be husband and wife. Yeah. And I literally love calling Mel my husband. I love introducing him as my husband. We got pregnant 3 months after we got married. Like, imagine if we paid like $100,000 for a wedding and then we got pregnant. That would have been very difficult. Next question is directed towards me. Are you planning on having any surgeries after you have your baby boy? I, of course, would love a mommy makeover as much as the next person, but I'm going to definitely wait until I have all my kids before I get any surgery. So, not after this one, but probably after we want to have 2 to 4, depending, especially if we have 4. Sis, I'm in Dr. Gavami's office getting my lipo, tummy tuck, breast lift combo. I don't care. Okay? And Mel's gonna take care of me. And I'll definitely document the journey if we do, when we get to that point. If not social media influencers / YouTubers, what would you guys be doing?
I feel like that's a tough question to ask because
it's harder for me, I feel like, than you, because I've been doing this since I was literally 14.
no,
You've at least worked a lot of jobs. This is my only job.
But I've worked, like, I never found like a career or passion that I really wanted to like go into. And just recently, like, I've just formulated my whole life around, you know, YouTube and things of that nature. So I just kind of organically found things that I like that way. But if I had never met you and you never introduced me to YouTube, then I probably would have never started editing videos. So I mean, it's hard for me to honestly say because, like Nas knows, I'm like a jack of all trades. I've worked so many different jobs.
Now I could do a whole video on all his jobs.
I've done so many, like I've had so many different jobs, and none of them are like the same. Like I worked from fast food to driving big semi trucks, delivering things, to working security at FedEx. Like my job resume is all over the place, so I never really had like a true lane. But it definitely would have been something creative because from day one I've been a creative. Who knows?
But I feel like if we never met, I honestly could see you working in IT. Like,
yeah, I mean, IT is something I'm always passionate about.
Yeah, that's definitely one of Mel's strong suits, is like technology. But for me, that's so hard because again, I've been just doing it for so long. But I definitely go to college, and I think I would probably study. I wanted to be a dermatologist for the longest, but I feel like I would have ended up studying communications. I don't know, with this whole like influencer era, like I feel like no matter what, I would have tried.
I could have seen you being like
I would have at least tried.
I could have seen you. We're acting like influencing isn't an option.
Like the whole realm of being an influencer doesn't exist. The question is,
if you weren't an influencer.
If I wasn't one, I would be trying to be one.
But that's a whack answer. They don't want to know that. They want to know something you're passionate about.
You know what? I think I would have gone to nursing school, and I would have done, because I loved school. I still do love school. So I definitely would have gone to college. I would love to do like laser, Botox, fillers. I would have to go to nursing school for that. So like laser hair removal, all that stuff.
You think you would have still been into that if you would have never gotten into YouTube?
I definitely think I would have still been into it. What has been the biggest struggle you had to overcome in your relationship? Want me to answer this one, or you want to answer?
You can answer.
I don't think we've ever talked about this, but when Mel and I first started dating, it was very rough, honestly.
Yeah.
It was not like right away, everything was peachy keen. And it was honestly because like we're both really young, but I already had an established career and Mel didn't.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the biggest obstacle for us.
Yeah. That caused like
hella
a lot
problems,
of arguments, a lot of issues. It was a difficult space for me because honestly, when I had met Nas, I didn't know that she was doing YouTube. I didn't know like how much money she was making, how successful she was. I didn't know any of this. All I knew is that she was a beautiful girl and we vibed every time I saw her. So I'm like, you know, I want to get to know her. I want to know her more. So it was never like I saw her YouTube, I saw her doing these things. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I gotta be with her type of thing. So I didn't know what she was. I thought she was just a regular girl from Columbus.
But I just had clout.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah, but I just thought that she was, I didn't know that she was as successful as she was. And so once I started to realize that, it kind of put pressure on me because I'm like, okay, like if she's so successful, she's doing all this, she has her career, like I gotta do the same thing. And I was bouncing between jobs. I just got a job at Chase, but I knew Chase, I knew that I didn't want that to be my career. and I didn't want to work there forever. And so I was just kind of battling, trying to find work. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I got to be able to make as much money as her.
Can I interrupt? I just want to clearly say that Mel has never asked me for anything. So I don't want you guys to like watch this video and think that Mel was using me or taking advantage of me. Literally, Mel has never asked me for a dime.
Yeah.
The only times I would like buy Mel something was like for his birthday. Like that's it. And honestly, I applaud Mel because I know a lot of men cannot handle having a woman who at the time was making way more than him and you know all that stuff. A lot of men have too much ego and pride for that. So, but it was difficult, you know, like Mel definitely got like discouraged sometimes. And you know, I sometimes felt like, you know, it's like you see on social media, you always see tweets about how a man needs to take care of you and a man needs to pay your bills and buy you bags, which is so unrealistic, guys, especially men who are in their early 20s. Like, where do you guys think he's gonna get enough money to like pay his bills and your bills and buy you a Chanel bag? Like, I think people are just pretty crazy nowadays, but especially with social media, like you just see that like YouTube coin, you just think that way. But definitely, you know, Mel and I, we
battled that for a long time,
literally for like 2 years of our relationship, and finally we found Mel's talent of editing and we like collided, you know, we brought our two
because outside of
together.
that we didn't have any other issues. Once I came to her and was honest about, you know, my situation and how I was feeling and how much stress it was putting on me to try and find like a well enough paying job to be able to support her and do this and that, like she supported me, and that's why I know like she's the woman for me. And that's when we, you know, we sat down and we kind of started discussing like
it's way more beneficial to work together.
Yeah, a way to create a partnership.
It was just way more beneficial for us to collide and work together. I mean, my parents worked together. I mean, lots of, you know, couples work together and lots of couples on YouTube. And again, we've talked about this before. It's like just because this channel isn't called Naz and Mel doesn't mean we're not a couple channel. Like, we're no different than any other couple channel, you know?
Yeah,
but I never see. Yeah, but see, like the thing is, when you watch a couple channel and the guy buys the girl something, no one comments like, isn't that technically her money since you guys split like your AdSense? No one ever says that. But for some reason, because Mel and I guess this channel isn't called Naz and Mel, they don't view him that way. And that really pisses me off sometimes, but that's a whole another can of sardines that we're not going to open up. And if Mel went to go work a 9 to 5, it would have just been so difficult. A, with having a baby. B, it would just limit us on so much that we can do. Like, you would be stuck to a schedule and then
vacation time
and dealing with a boss. Like, why would we do that when we brought our talents together and look at what that's made for us.
All she has to do is just hand me off the memory card and I'm editing and she can continue filming.
So we churn out videos way faster. Like back then, if you guys don't remember, I used to upload like once a week. So now we came together. We're uploading like 4 times a week. So that's literally quadrupling our income. We've never talked about that on camera before, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a pretty touchy subject for us just because it was, again, so hard for us at the beginning of our relationship, but it was nice to talk about it. Would you ever go to college to get your degree in the future? No.
No, I would not.
I would not.
Graduating from college is like no easy feat. So if you graduate from college, then definitely kudos to you. But college isn't for me. And
we have like so many friends that don't use their degrees at all. And also, especially like being a mother now, I'm not going back to college. But Mel, you know, as we mentioned before, Mel's working on getting his real estate license. So, I mean, there's other
I mean, there's other ways to success. Just like we were talking about with marriage and being non-traditional, you don't have to go the traditional route with everything.
Do you guys fear that you won't be able to be lit after becoming parents and seem less fun?
No, I mean, like I recently said, I feel like we've always been viewed as the parents of the friend group because our like demeanor is just chill and relaxed already. Like we'll be having the best
fun. Like we'll get lit at a party, but it'll be a very chill lit. We won't be the loudest in the room on top of a table. Like that's just not us.
But we'll be lit to the point where our friends are looking at us like, oh, y'all lit. Like we can tell. But we always stay to the point where when it's time to go, I'm like sober. You know, people are like, whoa, like you just sobered up real quick.
Well, Mel is like crazy. He bounces back fast. Yeah. I can't relate. 2 to 4 business days.
I'm very conscious, so I need to be in the right state of mind to keep my wife safe.
Yeah, and I think that's
keep
why,
my baby safe.
because I'm like, I know Mel will take care of me, so I don't care how lit I get because I know he got me. Answering the question about us fearing that we won't be lit anymore, I don't think so. I mean, I'm only 21. And
honestly, I don't care to be lit or not, regardless.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my personality. I'm gonna be chilling with my baby. If y'all don't want to invite us places, that's cool. If y'all do invite us, we coming through with a bottle of Woodford and we
can leave them with the babysitter, aka Yasmin.
So we still gonna get down with the get down.
Have you guys ever had trust issues in your relationship? Love you. I can honestly say, love you too, by the way. I said love you like it was a part of the question. Love you too. Honestly, I can truly say from the bottom of my heart, like I'm not just saying this, I have never not trusted Mel.
Yeah, we don't.
There's never been a time where I doubted him.
That's one thing that we've never had, never. Because I'm like, we get on each other's nerves so much. I know that we're not giving attention to no other people. Like,
this one's for Mel. What do you love most about pregnant Naz beside the bump? Love you guys. Love you too.
Love you too. I love that we can eat.
That is true.
We can eat.
I was on Team Fit Life before I got pregnant. Like I was like meal prep, low sodium, low carb.
Yeah, but now we eat. Like we go out to dinner, we be going in. Huh,
no,
man.
Do you know the crazy thing is this pregnancy really opened up my eyes that I could truly eat whatever I want in moderation and not gain weight. Because I've only gained 20 pounds in my pregnancy, you guys. And you guys saw in our last video, the baby is 7 pounds. And then my placenta and amniotic fluid and all that stuff is like another 4 pounds. And I've only gained 20, which means I've only really gained 9 pounds. And I've been eating good. Like I still, just because I say I eat what I want doesn't mean I don't eat healthy. Like I still crave healthy foods. But it's so nice to not be restrictive and all that stuff and enjoy my life. And I think I'm definitely gonna continue that after this pregnancy. Do you guys ever get annoyed at one another and need time and space to yourselves?
We create times within our day
where he has his time,
where we give each other time apart. So it's not to the point where we're driving each other to need space and to need alone time. It's like an hour or 2 out of the day, I'll go sit in the man cave, she'll go upstairs. And we'll do our own things. Like we won't text each other, we won't talk to each other. It's like we're in the house alone.
But it's not like purposeful. It's not like we say, okay, we're not going to talk to each other for the next hour.
Yeah, like it's just
it's healthy.
It's mentally we give each other space away from each other.
Especially because we work together and we work from home. You know, most people, they like go to their jobs and they come home at the end of the night and then, you know, they talk about their days. But when you're together, technically 24/7, like you kind of need to create that alone time, or I'll like go run errands by myself.
Because it used to get to the point where it would be like,
I'm like, we need to like do stuff on our own.
Yeah, like we would be eating dinner and we're like, Naz would be like, so what'd you do today? I'm like, you literally
we're together all day.
So we have to create that space to where we can even have an open conversation to that point, to be like, this is what I did today, this is how I felt today when you weren't, you know, around me. And I feel like that's important for all couples to be able to spend time away from each other. Or sometimes it's not complete separation, but we'll be in the same room and just not talk for a while, like just enjoy each other's presence. And that's important as well.
Or I'll like be reading and Mel will play his video game, you know, we just
relax.
That's definitely one of the top most important things to me in a relationship, is having space.
Yeah. And ladies, if your man's playing the video game, I love when Naz just comes and sits with me. Like she doesn't try and get me to get off. She doesn't try and cuddle and do too much. Because
I just read.
That's what your man, sometimes that's what your man wants. And if you know he enjoys video games, just chill with him. Kick it with him.
Yeah. So that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos. Don't forget to check out HelloFresh, link down below. Don't forget to use my code. And yeah, this was fun. I love you so much.